Okay, in this video we're going to look at one of the most important parts of your website, and that is your leads. Now I'm in easy mode right now on the website, and I'll show you also how to do it in the standard mode or normal mode. So anyway, I'm on the dashboard right now, and on the left hand side I'm going to click leads and forms. This is how you get to both things. They're all closely tied together. So now I'm here. Let me just show you, if you're not in easy mode, you would go to forms. Actually, you can just click on forms, that'll take you right to the same page. So we're here on the same page here. So let's just look at what this is. These are the forms on your website. Now these are separate from the pages. So let's say, for instance, you have a commercial property page on your website, but there's also a commercial property form. So the form is what appears on that page that the people fill out and submit to you. So if you want to change any of the text that shows up above the form, you would go to the page to do it. But if you want to change the form itself, like the questions and things like that, this is where you would come. And let's see what we have here. We have the title, of course, and this is pretty self-explanatory. Views, that's how many people have seen the form or have gone to your page. Now, it's not entirely accurate, because if you go to your page and test it and things, it's going to count that too. And one person might go to it several times, so but it gives you some idea anyway. And then entries, this is when someone fills out the form on your site. Now, of course, that's the important part. That's your leads. So let's just take a look at some of the leads. Now, this is a new site with nothing really here except some sample information. So I'm going to go down to motivated sellers. We can see there is an entry for that. And when you put your cursor over any of these names, you see more little options come up. And what you want to click on is where it says entries. And what you see at first is just an overview. Just the name, phone number, and a couple other pieces of information. You can change what shows up on this overview by clicking edit. But really what we normally want to do is see all the details. So what you can do is you can go and click on the person's first name, or you can click view. Either way, it's going to take you to the full details from this person. Now keep in mind, you also are going to normally get an email with all their information, but it's possible you might not see it in your email, or it might go to your spam folder or whatever. But everything gets stored on your website. So this is it's good to check here. Plus you can do some extra stuff with your leads in here. So let's just scroll down. We see just the standard information, contact information. Now here's something really cool. Under contact address, you can click map it, and that will automatically open up a Google map with the address pinpointed on the map. So that's pretty cool. Of course, their information has to be accurate. It has to be a real address. But that's a nice feature. And so anyway, just standard information that people have filled out on the form. But if we scroll down to the bottom, there's a spot here for you to add notes. You can type in whatever you want. For instance, let's say you called them and you didn't get an answer. You can type that in, or you called them and talked to them and they're very motivated, whatever. Type that in and click add note, and it will save it here. If you want, you can also have these notes emailed to you. So let's say you type in something here, and you can click from this drop down menu. You can click and it'll have your email address in there already, the email associated with your website. And when you click add note, it's going to not only save it here but also email it to you. So that's really handy as well. Also, one other thing we want to take a look at is up here at the top. There is a print button, and it has an option to include notes. So when you click that, when you click print, it's going to open up a printer-friendly version of the page that you can print, and it will prompt you to print it. Also, down at the bottom, you can see the notes here because I had that checked. So that's how you view your leads. I'm just going to close this and go back to where we were. Now I'm going to go back to the page where we can see all of the forms that we have available, and then I'll show you how to edit them. So we can just go back up. We can go up to form editor if we want to go to this particular form, or you can just click on edit forms. Now if you're in the easy mode, you would just click on leads and forms again like I did in the beginning, and it'll take you back to this page. So let's say I want to change something on one of my forms. I don't like one of the questions, or I want to change some of the wording, or I want to add an additional field. This is where you go to do that. So let's say I want to change something on the motivated sellers page. I would just put the cursor over it and click edit. Okay, so what you have is in the middle here you have all of the form fields. So we have first the name, email, best phone number, all these questions that show up on the form. And let me just go down to one that we want to take off. I'm going to take off this one here. It says, how motivated are you to sell? Before I remove it though, let me just show you some other things we could do. I could click edit, and this will expand and give me some options. So I could change the text of the question right here. This is a drop down menu, so here are the choices: very motivated, somewhat motivated, just curious. If I wanted to add more, I could click the little plus. If I wanted to remove one, I click the minus. So anyway, that's what we're going to do right now. Is we're going to actually remove this question. So what I want to do is just click delete, and it's going to make sure I want to do that. So I'm going to click OK. Now keep in mind, when you delete that, it's a permanent thing. If someone had filled out your forms and they had answered that question, you're not only removing that question, but you're also removing anything that people filled out. So let's say I had leads that had already selected how motivated they were. Well, I've lost that information if I delete that off the form. So keep that in mind if you before actually deleting anything. So okay, I've removed that now, and I wasn't seeing the button that I need to click because these boxes are in the way, and I have my screen set at a really small size. So anyway, what I need to click is update form. Once you make any changes, you need to click update form to do that. That will save anything you changed. Now, there for a second it showed up at the top. There was a message that said it was the form was updated. So that's it. So I've changed it now. If I were to go to my site, I would see that that question has been removed. And I will just show you quickly, if you wanted to add a question, there's different types of inputs that you could do. So you could do a single line text. That's just like, for instance, like the alternate phone number or best time to call. It's just they can enter whatever they want. It's just one little line for them to enter. Or paragraph text is if it's like a whole box. Like down here at the bottom we have some questions like, why are you selling? And they can type a whole paragraph or whatever they want. That's paragraph text. Let me just click single line text just to demonstrate how this works. Now when you click it, what it does is it adds at the very bottom a new field called untitled. To edit that, I just click edit, and I give it a new name, and that's it. I'm just going to click close, and then if I want to rearrange it, I just click and drag it to put it in a different spot. This is a test, so I'm going to click delete and get rid of that. And of course, after changing anything, remember to click the update form button at the bottom.